Right now, despite there not being an official rivalry trophy for this game between these two programs, there is actually a lot of history between the Irish and the Panthers, and it goes long back to 1909. This is their 74th all-time meeting. Notre Dame leads it with 51 total wins. Let's go back to South Bend now. ABC57's Dante Stanton picks up our coverage there live in the studio. Dante, you had a chance to speak with the legend, Bob Nagle, about these two teams.
Yeah, but he'd tell you I did. It was great to sit down with Bob, an icon, of course, of the broadcasting industry with more than 40 years in the booth for Notre Dame. Bob and I sat down to talk all things Irish and some of his most memorable moments when it comes to this Pitt series.
The one that I just totally fascinated by and remembering is the team that went to Pittsburgh when Dan Marino was the starting quarterback, regarded by many as the best quarterback in the country, and went on to have a great pro career. And we went down there, and Jerry Faust was our head coach. We had a young quarterback named Blair Keel, and we had a veteran running back. We had a kid that was really good, Alan Pinkett. But we went down there and played him on their field and came away with a win. And it was just one of those things. And, you know, so many people loved Jerry Faust. We're hoping he'd have great success. So when he got that win, it was like, hey, this could happen. And it didn't happen often enough. But it was a big, big win for the Irish.
Can I get your reaction to what Pitt coach Narduzzi said this week about, when he was asked whether or not this was a must-win game, he said he'd be okay if Notre Dame beat him 110 or 103-10 as long as they won the next two games. How do you react to that?
Well, it's unfortunate that coaches are made to think that way because of what the amount of money would be if they win the last two and lose to Notre Dame. Losing to Notre Dame wouldn't be a bad loss for Pittsburgh. But the coaches that I've known that have been successful, and Rockne and I weren't good buddies, but he was gone long before I got here, but just that mental attitude, Lou Holtz was so great at it. I'm going to tell you something, we don't have to win every game. We have to win every game by 3 touchdowns. You know. First of all, you got to compete, then you got to win, then you got to win by enough. And so you build in certain ways. But Narduzzi's a tough coach. He's a veteran. And in a town like Pittsburgh, you better be tough. I've never been to a banquet for a championship team where somebody didn't get up and say, I love these guys. And you don't hear love in sports enough, I don't think. But the teams that win, that's usually part of the formula.
And you think this Notre Dame team has got that love?
I do, and I thought they had it last year, and Marcus is very strong on that. You know, he's a great example of what you can be as a coach and what this team can be as a championship caliber team.
It's great to sit down with the Irish legend there and get his take on the rivalry. I asked for a prediction and a final score for this afternoon's game as well. Of course, he has the Irish picking up the win. He's also calling for a little bit of a close one, 31-24 Notre Dame. It's going to be a one-score game according to him. In studio, Dante Stanton for ABC57 Kickoff. Vahid, back to you.